Greetings to Professor Marimutu and fellow peers. My name is Wei Long, and today I'll be presenting about my vermicomposting project. Starting with the introduction, vermicomposting in short converts organic materials like vegetable scraps into humus-like substances by using earthworms. It serves as an alternative to inorganic fertilizers, which are generally seen as an environmental issue troublemaker, such as causing eutrophication. Alternatively, vermicomposts serve to boost soil fertility naturally. So the objective of this project is to optimize vermicompost to increase soil fertility and allow maximal plant growth. The following precautions are taken to allow earthworms to have optimal activity. The moisture level is kept between 60 to 80%, the pH is kept near neutral range, and carbon to nitrogen ratio of around 20 to 1. The vermicompost is kept in the shade as earthworms are afraid of direct sunlight. Moving on, these are the materials that I've used for my project. The plastic container that I've used for vermicompost is around 25 centimeters in height and 15 centimeters in width. And holes are being punched in the bottom of the container to avoid overflow of water. Next, 20 grams of cardboard and 600 grams of soils are placed as the base. Then 150 grams of food scraps consisting of vegetables and fruit peels are added on top of the base, and 600 grams of soil is used to cover it. I've managed to collect 25 worms and they are added to the compost. Next, this is how the setup looks like with the measurements associated. 5 milliliter of water is provided at 12 p.m. and 7 p.m. daily, and fruit scrapes are added whenever I have them. After around 6 weeks of vermicompost, the initial woody smell and dry texture of the compost is transitioned into a manure-like smell and moist texture. The compost also became compact, dropping from 16 centimeters height to 10.5 centimeters height. Following that, these are the materials that I've used for plant planting component. I've used garden grade soil as a control to observe whether the vermicompost is comparable to it. First, 250 grams of soil is taken from each soil type and is placed as a soil bag. Then, 6 mung beans are being placed in each container 4 centimeters apart from each other. Following that, 150 grams of soil is placed on top of the beans. The observation is taken at an interval of 4 days. The growth of the beans is recorded in the table. I would also like to mention that there's one defective bean in the vermicompost soil and is not considered in the calculation later. Likewise, I've carried out a 2-sample t-test to assess whether the mean growth of the beans is the same using Excel. The p-value that I've calculated is 0.01, which is smaller than 0.05. The null hypothesis is then rejected, and it shows that the mean growth of the beans in garden grade soil is slightly better. In retrospection, I have a few suggestions on improving the vermicompost. Firstly, the number of food scraps composted and the number of earthworms have to be increased. Likewise, the compost has to be turned over daily and the duration of the compost has to be increased. Next, I'll be playing a short footage of my vermicomposting project. Enjoy! That's a wrap for my project. Thank you, sir, for listening and your guidance.